Hi, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to do pickups. I actually did a semi-pickups video a couple months ago. So yeah, definitely not as frequently as I used to. But I am getting a couple things here and there. I have some anime, and then I'm going to follow up with some games. So let's take a look here. The first thing is Pokemon Black and White. Now, I know I was talking about Pokemon, the anime series, pretty recently. I think it was when I watched some of the stuff from Johto Journey. So I'll try not to rehash a lot of what I probably complained about there. But I haven't been very keen on Viz's whole handling of releasing this series. That said, they are finally going back and releasing. They're sort of filling in some of the gaps between Indigo League and the like Orange Island stuff that they released, and then all the way up to I think Diamond and Pearl maybe was the stuff that I was picking up that was contemporary at the time. So as far as I know, this must come after that. I don't think that they ever did like a box set for this either. It's just so weird, like the stuff that they do. But I picked up that, and I picked up Black and White Rival Destinies. The main reason that I got these is that in addition to them finally going back and patching in the holes of the older releases, they're still releasing the new stuff. And the new series are getting like quite a bit ahead of these. So before these become hard to get or collectible or whatever, I'm sure they'll probably just release them on Blu-ray here, you know, one of these days, but who knows. This Indigo League set is from 2008, so that's almost 10 years ago now. Anyway, just filling in those in, they were like, I think maybe around $5 each. Maybe a little, you know, $6 each on average, something like that. I just got them used, so I figure that's about as good a deal as I'm possibly going to get on those. I think the whole stack probably cost me about 40 bucks, maybe a little bit less, so I thought that was a good deal. Next up, some Wii games, and these are ones, they're mostly just a collection thing. You know, and I'm trying not to do too much of just the collection thing, because, you know, it just, at a certain point you just realize you've got, you know, better things to do, I guess, sometimes. You know, it depends on how much money you have. I guess if money is just not, you know, an issue, you can spend it on whatever you want, you know. And, you know, I had plenty of, you know, spare spending money when I was collecting a lot of this stuff. So, you know, I'm not knocking that, I guess. But I don't have as much money now, so I'm once in a while still picking these things up, though, when they're cheap. One of those things is Kart Racer. Now, I had this already. This is the Kart Racer from Maximum Family Games. This is, as far as I know, an imprint of Nordic Games, mostly because I'm looking on the back. But they do have, there's like a Maximum, it's like Maximum Games or Maximum Racing or something. I'll talk about these more if I do another 7th Gen Voodoo. I don't think I've done one on the Maximum games, like racing games, because they're kind of, there's some of the more sought after collectible games on the Wii right now. Aside from stuff like Mensa Academy and like Fritz Chess and stuff like that, which I'm still kicking myself. I passed up a cheap copy at GameStop of Fritz Chess. I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't have the manual, and that was my thing. I'm like, well, it doesn't have the manual, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the time that I own this looking for the manual. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Anyway, I passed it up. But what I didn't pass up is this. Now, this is Kart Racer, so what's the difference? And if you guys can see, so this one is the Maximum Family Games. This one is Virtual Play, VP Games. Now, this is a thing that I think is kind of a slippery slope. I don't know if anybody is going to go around collecting like North American language variants of games, but again, this was cheap, and I just ran into it in the wild, and I was like, I might as well pick it up. I think what's going on with this, it's still, you can see right on the back, it says it's Nordic Games and Maximum Family Games, but it's also this VP Games, and it's in English and French. You've got the English and French blurbs on here. Now, I'm really used to this living where I do because I'm near the border, the French-Canadian border of Canada. So It's really common for me. I just almost don't even like. It doesn't even really register with me. You know, if you go into a retail store, that you're gonna find games that just have like dual language packaging on them. It's really common. But I just thought this was so strange and interesting. Running across these two packaging variants of this, I decided to pick it up. Similar thing, just kind of a collection thing. This is Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo. Now, this is just one of those games. It's uncommon, I would say, maybe kind of uncommon-ish. Uncommon in the wild, anyway. I used to see this around now and then. Haven't seen it at all in quite a while. So this popped up for like $10, you know, like $9 with my whatever GameStop discount. So I picked it up. Now, unfortunately, and this is a real bummer when this happens with these kind of like more uncommon games, is there's some water damage right up here in the corner. It's not really bad, like it's not really cosmetically bad, but it's wrinkled, and it's a bummer. But you know, I just wanted this. I have it in the collection now. One thing with the Wii that's really interesting about collecting for it, and really the whole 7th gen, is it was so unconventional. And the Wii was really kind of a powerhouse system in that gen. One that I ignored completely, and I think some gamers did as well. But it had the bulk of the Japanese sort of gaming scene on it that generation. The PlayStation 3 certainly did also, but the PS3 was kind of in 3rd place that gen. So it's interesting collecting for these systems. You know, the Wii has cheap stuff now, so you know, I still can't help now and then picking up some of these. I guess it's not that risky, I suppose, with these games at least. If you get them cheaply, you're probably going to be able to turn them around again cheaply if you want to get rid of them. You know, you're not going to be out much, if anything. So I grabbed that. Next is, well, I'll show you what it is. It is Hyper Devotion Noir Goddess Blackheart, aka, what is it, I think it was Cho Megami Shinko Noir Gekishin Blackheart, something like that. Yeah, you know, I picked this game up in Japanese when it first came out, and I never ended up getting this copy of it. Now, the reason why I have this is because my buddy and I were doing a little bit of a barter, and he gave me a bunch of games that he doesn't want physically anymore. He's going all digital. For reasons that I think are completely valid, and I support him on that. But yeah, so it means that I basically am able to like sell some of these games on eBay, and you know, I would sell this on eBay, but it's just really hard for me to like let this game slip through my grasp because it's a cool game, and I kind of intended to pick it up. The North American release when it came out. This is the original release that I got. This is the special edition. I believe this is the Asian version, which is a little weird because it's like, it's not in Chinese or English in any way, shape, or form within the game other than the packaging is like in Chinese, I think. But, you know, for whatever reason, this was probably like a couple bucks cheaper on PlayAsia, or they had sold out of the Japanese version or whatever. But it's all in Japanese, and I'm probably going to keep playing this in Japanese. I did put this down because one of the boards was really hard. It would zombie your characters, and it would like zombie my powerful characters, and then they would annihilate my party. It was really a pain in the butt. But I'd really been enjoying the game up until then, so I guess I'm a little on the fence about whether I should actually keep this or not, because if I'm not going to play it, there's not that much point in me having it, but I'll have to think about that one a little bit more. But one of those other games is this one here, Tales of Hearts-R. Now, this is a little collecty too, and I'll explain my reasoning on it. 3 things I would say, really, is 1, it's a Tales game. 2, it's on the Vita. It's the only Vita Tales game. And it's a GameStop exclusive. And I think that this is one of those games that people are just going to forget. Whether that's going to make it collectible or not, I don't know. It's not very collectible right now. But, you know, I like collecting for the Vita still, and I can't do it all that often. I do have 2 other Tales games, and I haven't played any Tales games ever yet. I was aware of Tales of Phantasia back in the day. I think I even had like a burned copy of it. I just never played it, and I didn't expect the series or know that the series was going to take off and get really popular. But I picked up Tales of Xillia because I was like, let me just see what it's like. I like the character designer. I guess the main character designer. I think this is like, this almost looks like the old character designer, or the old character designs. I don't know if they changed the character designer, but anyway. But my buddy recommended Tales of Grace's F to me. Same buddy. I picked this up for him as a gift a couple of years ago. So this is actually coming full circle back to me. But he had recommended Tales of Grace's F to me. And so I probably, if I start playing a Tales game, it's either going to be Xillia or Tales of Grace's F. Probably not this. But if you guys like Tales, if you've played these games, let me know what you think I should start with. Those are my 3 options right now, and I don't intend to get more Tales games. So, I mean, maybe this will be my first Tales game. I don't know. But the last game that I grabbed is, that I'm deciding not to sell for my friend for now, is Valkyrie Drive. Something. Valkyrie Drive looks like Bukake. This is Valkyrie Drive. Now, I think what is really annoying about trying to pronounce this is they do a B-H-I. But you can actually tell how it's supposed to be pronounced because there's Japanese underneath it. There's kana anyway, which is has set syllables. So it's Bikuni is what this is supposed to be. Valkyrie Drive Bikuni. What this word, if you can see it, and I don't know if you can, it doesn't look like Bikuni. It doesn't look like you would pronounce it Bikuni. I get what they were trying to do, but I think that they failed. But this is, I don't even know much about this, but it says weaponized women powered by pleasure. So it seems like one of those slightly ecchi games here that we've been seeing, especially on the Vita, a little bit more. But it's interesting. It says it's by the creator of Senran Kagura. I don't know if Tamsoft had anything to do with this. It says Marvelous on it, and I know Marvelous is a publisher. I don't know if they're like a publisher or developer, but Marvelous is like attached to Xseed. So I'm really surprised Xseed didn't bring this out. It's published here by P-Cube, which is, I'm pretty interested in their stuff because it seems like they're doing a lot of these sort of quirky Japanese things and things on the Vita, but they're a UK publisher, so it's really odd that they're publishing things here. And I don't know what the other thing was I was going to say, but it's just weird. It's odd. So I wanted to check that out. I just need to play it and see what it's like. So those are my sort of pickups. So I hope that was enjoyable. I've got a couple more videos here coming up. Hopefully I will be able to have a release schedule for a couple days, a week or something like that. So I hope you're looking forward to that, and I hope you'll join me again for more video game and anime related videos. Take care.